You got him, Cole?
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
We got an old board here, so sometimes the buttons stick. You there?
How's everything been today?
Good, man. Thanks for taking a few minutes. Tell me about this team. You guys had a real nice win over Ocean City this week. Was that expected? How did you feel coming into that meet?
We knew that we closed the gap a little bit. They graduated some very key players, like girls like Amanda Noonan, and we got in a couple of real solid freshmen like Ava McDonough, Alexandria Cotter, and the girls were doing a great job of preparing for the season. I wouldn't say that we rested our whole hat on that meet for the season, but we knew that was a chance to get in, have a very solid opponent, and we wanted to PowerPoint well. That's kind of our main goal of our dual meet season. And, just to see the girls get in and compete and have a fun race, good camaraderie amongst our team, and to come out on top always is great as a coach.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. You had to figure it was going to come down to that final relay when you're looking at how the points were shaking out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, from getting into the meet, both myself and Ian joke around because we've known each other for a long time. Ocean City's new head coach, and before the meet, we said every way I cut it, it came down to that last relay meaning something. Like always, some things fell our way in the meet, and it worked out that we were able to go 2-3 in that last relay to come out on top. And the girls did a great job of holding off a fast moving Andrea Telenova. So it was a really cool experience. The senior girls, it was the first time they had a chance to beat Ocean City in their 4 years, so they were excited for it, and it was a great bus ride home.
Yeah, that's got to be a really a confidence-building meet for these girls. I mean, obviously they expected to do well and compete for that win, but anytime you talk about Ocean City, I mean, that's sort of how you measure yourself around here in terms of girls swimming.
Definitely, we've had the likes of Cherry Hill East and Ocean City every year, and it's a meet you look forward to. Just like this year, we picked up Morristown and Bishop Eustace, and it's just a great experience for them to grow as an athlete and as a person. You see the adversity of getting through these tough meets, and it's just why kids are in sport. Unfortunately, there has to be a winner and a loser, but everybody is in the fight. A couple of things could have gone Ocean City's way, and you're having a conversation with new coach Ian Kaiser instead of me. But
right.
Fortunately, our girls stepped up, and our arms might have been a little longer that day.
Well, I got a feeling we'll be checking in with him throughout the season because I'm sure you're going to hear about Ocean City, at some point when we start talking playoffs.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And like I said, we have a great relationship with both teams, both the athletes in there, and we're excited to see what they do, and I'm really excited as a coach to see where we are. This early in the season, going through there, swimming that well at Ocean City. It was a cool experience because I know that now. The girls going into Christmas break, which can be a tough time when all their friends get to sleep in. They got to show up early and really compete and practice. That helps them get through those tough mornings.
Talking with Coach Mark Jamieson from Egg Harbor Township Girls Swimming. And, Coach, one of the things that strikes me about high school swimming is just the camaraderie between even opposing teams. I mean, these kids really have a fun time on the deck, getting to interact with each other and get to know the kids from other schools. And they're even though you're trying to beat that other team, you want to see them do well. I guess what does that come down to? Just the fact that it's such a grinding sport, and everybody kind of knows what the other swimmers are going through to try to get those top times.
I think it's a great sport on a couple of different aspects. One, it's like one of those few sports that club works with high school. So a lot of these girls train together at their clubs, and it allows us to have lane space because not too many people have pool time. So it allows us to have lane space to work on our high school only swimmers and people that are newer to the sport. It's a sport that there's a lot of time by yourself. You get a lot of time staring at that black line in practice, and your thoughts go through. Anytime you get to socially interact, it's like a plus. But it's a great sport because you can win as a team. You can have a best swim that day and win as an individual. As a team, you can go from being not that fast to faster by the end of the season, and you don't even get a team victory, but as a team you did everything you could. So, I'm sure Coach Smith, we've talked about a lot of times, we're in great sports where there's so many different ways to have a successful season or a successful season for an individual athlete. And the team aspect is just something that helps push that person there. You can celebrate your best swimmer and know that you helped them in practice down to, you can have a team win like we did the other day where it really did come to the outside lane swimmers like Mary Farrell and Melissa Duff. Their touch outs were huge.
Yeah, I was actually at an early season meet between Absegami and Mainland. Obviously, Mainland is leaps and bounds ahead of most of the area swim teams, especially on the boys' side, and the girls' team's really good. But Absegami had a great time. They were impressed with seeing the Mainland kids and root each other on, and you wouldn't be able to tell they had lost by 40, 50 points.
Yeah, no, and especially you throw a couple kids like they got Destin over there who's doing a great job, and everybody's you got to be a fan of your sport when you see it at an elite level in any sport, and getting to watch that team. There's a lot of kids that you can put in that elite category. We're fortunate to have a kid like Christian Bell go up against Destin. The things that we look forward to, and our boys team at at Ocean City's meet. They swam strong, and that helped our girls because they buy in as one team. We have two different scores, but we buy in and swim as one team as EHT swimming.
Yeah, Coach, how crazy is this kid Destin Lasco from Mainland breaking national records? I mean, he's got 5 as a sophomore, and in the 400 freestyle, he's only raced that one other time in high school, and here he is setting a national record.
Yeah, no, I mean he's a special, athlete for sure. What he does in the short course yard scene with the 200 backstroke at junior nationals and the 100 back where he actually won. He's made some headlines, and he's just one of those kids that comes along every once in a while. And they have a cast of them between him, his brother Glenn, Joey Rogers, Eric Strong over there. They have a lot of talent. They're very deep, and the likes of their outside lane people like the Garbett brothers, Skylar Booth, they be A-lane swimmers for 90% of the teams in New Jersey.
Talk with Coach Mark Jamieson of Egg Harbor Township Girls Swimming. And, Coach, what's the give us an idea of what the rest of the season looks like? How do you pace it out? When do you start turning it on? And what do the next couple of weeks look like for you guys?
The season plan's still intact. The win was just a plus on the road to the goal, which is get back to that sectional Group 4 Public A final, and have a good battle with whoever our opponent is. If we get to be lucky enough to go against Cherry Halise again, that'll keep that as a 3-year in a row kind of rivalry, which will be a friendly thing. Their coach does a great job there, and we're at the grind right now. We're trying to work hard and swim fast while working hard, so that at the end of the season, when those meets really are paramount and you got to rest and swim fast when we're there. We've already met a lot of state cut goals, so that's good to have that out of the way. And we look forward to that playoff dual meet season right into the Meet of Champions, and that's kind of we frame it almost like how a college team frames it. The dual meets are just almost expert practice towards that postseason, and we think that we're in a really good spot right now to make a competitive push towards that Group 4 Public A again. And, I look forward to seeing what we can do, and always knock on wood that we stay healthy.
Yeah, I was actually just going to ask you that before we let you go. What's the health status of your team? When you get all these kids swimming, and one little stomach bug or sickness can kind of ripple through a team and really derail your season. I'm sure that's happened to you at some point over the years.
Absolutely. I knock on wood, and I've joked with a couple of the coaches that I'm friends with and say that after last year, I hope I'm good for a couple, because I felt like every week we were down 1 or 2 girls, whether to injury or sickness. And, so far so good this year. The weather's kind of worked out and cooperated with all the teams. I always knock on wood, and I would be lying to you if I didn't, fear the fact that one day I show up to a meet and look at the attendance roster and see a couple of those key names are on the absentee list. But you just got to go every day, and whatever the best lineup you can put together that day is what you have to give. And just like we saw on Wednesday, if the girls compete, an outcome that you want can happen. And, we're very fortunate again to be on the winning side of that one.
Coach, real quick before we let you go, Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl contender. What do you think?
You got to believe, I'm a big Philly sports guy, and although I know the Giants were a little knocked down the other day, it shows that we have a competent quarterback, and I'm sure Jim Schwartz has some stuff up his sleeve. But like anything, it's got the fan base together, and I hope to make a good run. Same with the Sixers. So I'm just all aboard on that whole trust the process on both sides. And if we get to the Super Bowl, it's going to be even more fun down this area.
Nice, man. Good stuff. Appreciate it, Coach, and thanks for taking a few minutes. We'll catch up with you later in the season.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Have a great holiday.
You too.
That's Coach Mark Jamieson from Egg Harbor Township Girls Swimming. Appreciate him taking a few minutes.